What is up, my racing fam? Back here with another video. We've been working on Cindy's car quite a bit lately, but today we're doing something a little bit different. Finally getting engine parts in for our LS Vtec build that we've been working on since I would say the middle of last summer. Sorry, just letting my dog inside. Since the middle of last summer, I've been saving up for parts, that sort of thing, and today we finally got some of the much needed parts in that we've been wanting pretty much all summer. So we'll get right into that video and I'll show you guys what we got. Woo! So we were able to tell that I had ran them. So I'm going to kind of show you guys. I haven't even opened this box yet. Oh shit. Woo! Got a ACL high performance oil pump. We got some Nippon Racing fucking P72 high performance. This is the version 2 pistons. We got our bearing kits. Piston rings, some more bearings, and oh yeah, look at this shit right here. We got ourselves some scat rods. These are H-beam rods, by the way. So we'll open up some of these boxes and check it out. Woo! Oh yeah. Very nice. And it does come with ARP rod bolts as well. Very cool. So if you're building an LS Vtec, this is the way to go. Number one failed component on a Honda B series engine, especially if you do any kind of boost or high revving, is normally the rod bolt setup here. So getting yourself a good set of full floating rods and some ARP hardware is huge. So definitely awesome. So as far as the pistons go, so yeah, these are the Nippon Racing, they're the version 2 pistons, and we ended up going to 81.5 millimeters. Stock is 81, so we are boring the cylinders on this build. Kind of show you what these pistons look like. So these pistons can be used in a naturally aspirated or a turbo setup. So they're a flat top piston, but they're not super low compression. I prefer a little bit higher compression turbo setup. Sorry, I'm just trying to get this out of the bag here. Yeah. So as you can see, it's got nice deep valve pockets. You can run, I think, up to a stage 3 cam with this piston. So yeah, pretty nice. Yeah, they're pretty good looking. So they'll match well with the scat rods. This would be a great LS Vtec piston. I'm pretty sure. So with these pistons and the B18A block with the B16 head that I'm running, the PR3 head, I think it'll probably put it around 10.5 to 11 to 1, probably closer to the 10.5. If I would have went with a different piston and I would have tried to run it naturally aspirated, it would be a total dog as far as if I went with like a 8.5 or 9 to 1 compression piston. So my plan is to run it probably naturally aspirated for a little while until I boost it. So that's kind of why I went with the V2 flat top P72 piston from Nippon Racing, because you're able to do either or. It's kind of a pretty universal piston, which is awesome. We got some ARP Head Studs. This is the part number I'll be running. I believe these are for, a GSR. That's what the B18C1 is. Should be the right length. So definitely something needed for boost. If you weren't boosting, hell, you'd probably be fine with just, not reusing the stock bolts, but a new set of Honda bolts would be fine too. But I got a pretty decent deal on these. So I went with the ARP branded ones. On Cindy's, we did go with actually like a Chinese copycat version because we were kind of doing a budget build on hers. So curious to see how hers will hold up. But hers is a naturally aspirated build, so not worried about boost on that. This is it's a Moto Rad high flow thermostat. It's about 170 degrees, so I think it lowers it about 10 degrees. And it's a high flow thermostat also. Don't really know if it does a whole lot. This is, let's see here. I'm not sure which bearings these are. If they are I'm assuming these are probably the rod bearings. These are probably the crankshaft bearings here. I went with the King ones because they have this P-Max black coating, and they've got a lot of good reviews on that. So, yeah. So it looks like crank. So, yeah, pretty fancy stuff here. And then these, I believe, are the thrust washers. Yep, thrust washers. And then some Hastings piston rings for the Nippon Racing Pistons. This is the part number for that as well. Hopefully these are, it says 81 millimeters, so hopefully they're the right piston rings. But, yeah. So I did just send out an email so I got this stuff from Swap Shop Racing. That's the company. They're out of California. I sent them an email to see if they sent me the wrong rings, just because I'm not sure. They say 81 millimeter on here, so I would assume they're wrong, but who knows? I don't know. So I sent them an email. Hopefully they get back to me today, and then I can let you guys know before I edit this footage. So what I did get here as well, if I can find where this box opens. Okay, there we go. All right. This is the ACL. It's the high performance, high flow oil pump that they offer. I needed an oil pump anyway, so I figured I'd spend a few extra bucks and get the one I wanted. That looks like the part number of that one. I don't see any other part numbers on here. But it's supposed to be a higher pressure pump. It's black too. Should look pretty nice on a real cleaned up block. So it comes with a new O-ring as well for that. Just have to throw probably a little bit of Honda Bond on here, and should be good. Update on the rings. So at the end of the part number there, it says 020. That's 20 thousandths over. So that makes them 81.5. Even though it says 81 millimeters on here, they are 81.5. So yeah, good to know. I did some research online. Other people had the same questions, and as long as it had the 020 at the end, they were 20 thousandths over. So yeah, these are the piston rings you need if you go, board over to 81.5. All right, guys. So next day, some parts did show up today. I'm going to kind of show you what came in today also. Haven't even looked in here yet. All right, so we got a thermostat gasket to go with the thermostat that came in the other day. Just a Chinese one, I'm sure. Got a water pump. Looks like a no-name brand. It's supposed to be a Gates, but yeah. Oh well. So got a fresh pump going in. And I don't see, oh yeah, there's a water pump gasket in that package too. So we got that. Oh yeah, it is a Gates, all right. So that 44405, it should be a 22 tooth water pump to go with the GSR belt. And look at that. The Gates Racing timing belt. Fingers crossed it's blue and not black. Yes. She came in. Oh yeah. Fancy, fancy. Look at that shit. Cool as hell. Made in the USA. That's what we want to see right there. Oh yeah. Pretty awesome. Still have quite a few things that we're waiting on to come in, but that's kind of the gist of it as far as the main parts that we need for the build. So that's probably going to end it, guys. I'm going to throw in a couple clips of Cindy's car running today. I got the radiator in as well as the hoses, got coolant in it, and I got the power steering set up in it completed as well. Got fluid in that. So I was able to get it up to operating temp today, and she idles, just fucking perfect. So revved the living piss out of it, and like a Honda, they just love it. So yeah, that's gonna end it, guys. If you could like and subscribe, we're gonna be lots of content here. And if you have any questions on swap, questions that you have as far as what you should do, what you're planning on swapping, please comment down below or shoot me a message on Facebook. Yeah, catch you guys on the next one. Woo! Yeah!